What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different than what I usually do here on the channel. For those of you who are already subscribed to the channel, you guys know that I spend quite a bit of time dissecting the market, different cryptocurrencies, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. You can see right here, we do tons of videos in regards to potential bull flags, breakouts, breakdowns in the market, potential trends that could help us make money, shorting cryptocurrency, leverage trading, everything you could possibly think of. But today I decided to do something just a slight bit different. So, hopefully you guys have been paying attention to the market. I watch so many YouTube videos and I came across one and I wanted to kind of go over it with you guys and let me know what you guys think, and I wanted to give you my opinion on it as well. Now, obviously we do a lot of research, or at least I do a lot of research. Yes, I do watch quite a bit of YouTube and I try to learn. Obviously, that's how I started, by learning and watching other people, reading books, things like that. And I came across a video and I wanted to go over this with you. So this one was by Blockchain Backer. Now, shout out to him. Obviously, I'm using his video to explain and discuss. So if he by chance is watching this, thank you for making the video. It's totally just for education purposes. And I want to give you guys his opinion and then, explain a different view of the market and reflect on that. So without ado, let's jump into the video. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into it. So I don't actually want to play through the entire video. I kind of want to skim through. Now, I did watch the video quite a few times and I did absorb a lot of the information. And if you do want to check out his video, I will have a link in the description down below. But otherwise, as you guys can see, the title is Imminent Explosive Rise for XRP and Ripple, $13, $55, $500 in play. Now, right off the bat, I just want to say that sounds fairly perma-bullish. Now, nothing against him, but to me, I feel like with my conservative approach to looking at videos like this and to looking at the market overall, we kind of have to take a lot of things into consideration when we base judgment on views of potentially seeing where the market could be going. And it's in no way to overhype you guys. I try not to overhype you guys when making potentially a really big judgment like this. So I try to be fairly on the conservative side. And we can see just from the beginning, $13 is fairly reasonable, $55 is kind of questionable, and $500 plus is semi out of the picture for right now. And I do want to discuss more about that as we continue on into the episode, dissecting this video and kind of figuring out our opinions on this video. So just to start off, he does a couple of things. He's comparing right now, or actually let me jump into the video itself. So you can see right here, he has basically the Ripple XRP coin market cap right up on here. And I actually have my graph up here as well. Fairly similar. As you can see, he has a different view of it than I do. You can see he's using the XRP to dollar, the 3D version. I just have, I guess, the regular one. I was trying to find it, but obviously we do have a major descending triangle, which he does decide to mention quite a bit. We have our bottom support at 16 cents. We also have one nearing 19 cents, which is also fairly important. And all in all, we have a major downtrend that's been on the market since basically 2017. We've been in a major bear market that he talks about quite a bit as well. So as the video continues, you can see he mentions a couple of things. He brings up this thing right here, which is the altcoin market cap, and he goes in to compare a couple of things. He compares previous bear market to the bear market we're seeing right now, which I do agree with. I do know we are obviously in a bear market. It is fairly similar to the XRP chart that we're in right now in this massive downtrend. Obviously, XRP has only been really on the market since 2017, and we know that Bitcoin was around since 2009, so there's a lot more history in the altcoins and cryptocurrency than just XRP is. But he then continues to take this and he compares it to the XRP Ripple chart. And you can see right here, he extends this further. So basically he copies his previous lines right here, the previous history, and he drags this further up, basing this off of one instance where we had about 600 days. He has, I believe, yes, a little over 600 bars, 692 bars, 692 days, I believe, of history. And he compares that that's very similar in market cap, which I do agree with. I really do. Now, just because something correlates with each other doesn't mean it will cause something else. Correlation isn't always causation. We have to consider that when we're looking at a coin like this. Now, obviously, this would be great if we do see major moves to the upside in the future. Is it possible? Is it likely? It's tough to say. The reason we had this massive move in the past, seeing, Bitcoin go up to $20,000, it was a lot of FOMO investing in. As we know, we're a very fad-based society, and we like to make, we make trends blow up. Fortnite, for example, we can go back when we had silly bands, things like that. Bitcoin is one of those too. We've seen it in the news. We see people buying it. Coinbase, #1 on the App Store. A lot of people wanted to buy into Bitcoin when it was $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and that's what kept drawing the price higher and higher up. So that's what I have to say about that. He then goes on to explain a couple of things. He pulls up the XRP Ripple chart. Now, obviously, this looks a little bit different than mine. Once again, I'm also looking at this on the weekly, so I guess we'll extend it out to the daily. I still think it's going to look slightly different. You can kind of see where he has his trends in the past. We have the big breakout, and then we consolidate back down. Similar to right now, where we have a lot of the trends in the past, a big breakout right here. We have a couple of those. We ultimately end up in this major descending triangle that we're in right now. Now, he likes to use the Fibonacci retracement, which is a tool hopefully you guys have seen me use in the past on the channel. And he does use this in a way that does reference his first price of $13. You can see if I pull up my XRP Ripple chart, you can see this is stretched out to the daily. We grab the Fibonacci retracement, we extend this downwards. You can pretty much see where this ultimately, aligns us all the way up to, extreme highs of around $13. This is, extremely overlooked. Personally, I don't think it will go this high. I use it a bit differently, but to each their own with their charts. And it's not necessarily a bad view. I still think that $13 is probably the biggest stretch that XRP could probably go to. The highest, personally, we have to consider a few things when we look at, Fibonacci and more specifically the XRP market. When we see the coin going to like $13, we have to assume a couple of things. Obviously, the market cap plays a big role. We also know, we also know a couple of things, that the total supply of XRP is 99 billion. And you can see that the current circulating supply is 43 billion. So there's about half of the circulating supply out there right now. And we know that if at any point more coins get dumped into circulation, it will inflate the price and we will see it pretty much, decrease in value. So we have to consider that. But let's take his $13 analysis and put that to test. So XRP is around 22 cents. And I do have a market cap calculator. So 22 cents is what XRP is right now. And we have a circulating supply of 43 billion coins. And we're going to use that. We're not going to use all of them in, that are in existence, but we're just going to use the 43 billion that are in circulating supply. We take $13, for example. Now, this clearly changes the market cap by quite a bit. We go to 22 cents, and then we go to $13. And it's a pretty big number. I believe this is $562 billion. Now, let's take that into comparison and look at the current coin market cap. $562 billion in one coin. So we have a market cap right now of 204 billion. 204 billion. That is every single coin in existence. We know that Bitcoin dominates about 67% of that, but 560 something billion over the current market cap of 204 billion. We also have to consider a couple of things here. Now, we know for the most part that some of these coins are in sync with each other and some of them act independently. So we have to take that when we look at XRP, for example. When we know that XRP takes up around, it's number 3 in the coin market cap, it takes up around 9.8 billion of the $204 billion market cap. We have to consider that if money moves into XRP, if volume moves into XRP, it's not going to be the only coin affected. It's not all the coins are not going to disappear and just leave XRP. So we have to consider that money and volume will also move into other altcoins. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, obviously Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS, Binance Coin, probably the top 10 coins that are here to stay. That's where money is going to be, and volume is going to flow into. So to see just XRP at $13 with a $500 billion market cap, we'd have to consider that Bitcoin, which is 136, is going to be in the trillions. Same thing with potentially Ethereum, and with XRP being only 560 billion. That's quite a big number, considering the U.S. debt is about 14 trillion, and we're already in trillions just in cryptocurrency alone. It's a pretty big stretch overall. Not impossible, but a very big stretch. And we know that basically because we have a circulating supply of 43 billion coins, and only 22 cents per coin. You know, you can see the difference here and why it makes a lot more sense for Bitcoin to move in bigger jumps and leaps in price than XRP, seeing that there's only 18 million coins in circulating supply, and that's pretty much all of them that are out there. Out of 21, there's only 18 million right now. And when we look at XRP, which has 43 billion out of 100 billion, that makes a lot of sense. There's a lot more inflation, and there's a lot more out there within XRP that kind of lowers the value, and that's why it's placed at 22 cents. Now, a lot of people that are beginners look at XRP and they think, okay, well, if XRP is 22 cents and it's number 3, maybe it could go up to $7,000 like Bitcoin is, but you can't look at it that way because you have to consider its circulating supply as well. Now, he then goes on to give other reasons of potentially seeing a $55 XRP and a $500 XRP, and we can take both of those and plug them into here to compare its, you know, current market cap. We know that with a $55 XRP, with the current 43 billion in circulating supply, we'd be looking at a $2.3 trillion market cap in just XRP alone. We take a $500 one, and we're looking at about a $21 trillion current coin market cap for just XRP. We have to compare it and consider a couple of other things. When we did see the massive breakout within Bitcoin shoot us all the way up to, I believe it was $20,000, and I'll pull this up really quick right here. We saw at the same time, or fairly similar, when Bitcoin went all the way to $20,000, and this was around December of 2017, XRP in around December to January of 2018, in December, around the same time Bitcoin blasted off, XRP was doing the same thing. It was shooting up to unrealistic highs. So we know that when volume does trickle into or inject into XRP, we know it does have a substantial effect on Bitcoin as well. Whether or not that volume came into Bitcoin and then fell into other altcoins, or whether it came into XRP and then fell into other altcoins, is still up in the air. I do think that Bitcoin broke out first before XRP did, so it's very possible that that money stayed in the market cap and then fell into XRP as well. But we have to take into consideration that if XRP is breaking up to those highs, money will be moving into Bitcoin as well. And then if we know that XRP at a $500 valuation gives it a $21 trillion current coin market cap, which is absolutely insane, we would also consider that Bitcoin would be, you know, in the trillions of dollars, as well as Ethereum, Litecoin, and the other altcoins. So all in all, would I consider this to be a realistic analysis on XRP? I'd have to side with no. He's also comparing this to be going much higher than, you know, $500. He's in the thousands right now of XRP, which is once again fairly unlikely, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. The only way maybe we could start to see XRP really take off in value like that is potentially if this becomes, you know, a complete world market and, you know, economies start to fall of size and money just, you know, injects itself into cryptocurrency. And I very highly doubt that that will happen due to the fact that money and currency is beyond regulated by banks and big institutions. I cannot see them losing up their power unless they take advantage of this and start to put regulations down on these, you know, markets and these coins as well. Honestly, for right now, you know, a realistic analysis approach of how high potentially XRP could go to is maybe where it was previously to all-time highs, maybe 3.5 cents, maybe a stretch to $5 in the next year or two. Ultimately, if you do have the evaluation of a $3 to $5 XRP, you'd also have to be thinking that Bitcoin as well as other altcoins could be heading back up to all-time highs, retesting $20,000, $25,000, $50,000. It goes hand in hand. They're very in sync cryptocurrencies. Then also to consider that XRP having a market cap of $21 trillion at an evaluation of $500, we'd have to consider that Bitcoin would be easily, you know, in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, $300,000, $400,000 if we give an evaluation of XRP to 500. But that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. I know we didn't go as in depth on his video. I didn't want to play most of this video in mine only because of copyright reasons. But otherwise, if you guys do want to check out his video, definitely make sure to check it out in the link in the description. Otherwise, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.